The coconut has fallen at the coconut tree. No one voted for. No accomplishments. You look at the record. Now we got this extreme left ticket. Radical. Unpopular. But hey, the media said this, the media said that. We literally just watched the media build a candidate, man. Had one job, couldn't do it. But hey, they call you racist when you say DEI. When we say DEI, when we say unqualified, not qualified, we're racist. Now we're pulling identity politics all the way to November. Somebody's black, somebody's Indian, somebody's white, somebody's Jamaican, somebody's Puerto Rican, somebody is Vietnamese. What has the world come to, man? What are we living in? We're literally again, we're going against a machine, not a candidate. You know, the show continues, the circus continues. New puppets. Boy, when will people wake up, huh? But hey, man, we wishing the best in everybody's life, man. How y'all doing? I hope everybody's having an amazing week. Bless you and your families. That things are going well for you this week, man. We are only 6 days into the month. And as you can see, this August has already started off very, 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 very spicy and sweet. There's a little bit of sweet in there too. You know, but big news is hitting the fan. So we're going to jump into this. I know a couple of y'all sent me to check this one out from the 5. We got Trump is going to have a huge interview this upcoming Monday with Elon Musk. I mean, a lot of big things are happening, man. Hope y'all are ready. We seen yesterday he broke the internet. I mean, Trump broke everything. They broke the streaming platforms. I mean, millions and millions and millions of views with the Gen Z influencer Aiden Ross. Y'all showed so much love on yesterday's video. So, man, you know, again, this is all going to come down to common sense, you know. But as you can see, a lot of common sense, especially in this country, is far, far gone. Common sense is far, far gone, you know. She was right beside the president of the United States, right beside him. Vice president. Had one job, couldn't do that. But hey, they say we're racist when we speak truth. They say we're racist. They say we're this. They say we're that. You know, they call me a bootlicker. They say Rick selling chips. Rick's a sellout. Rick is selling honey buns in the back of the classroom. Buy one, get 5 free. Yeah. Rick bows down to the white man. Like, what does the race card have to do with anything? People are sick, man. And people on this side is just full of insults and hatred. And that's what they spew out, man. Clueless, don't know what's going on, completely out of touch. But the first thing they can only mention is the race card. I tell y'all, man, one love to the human race, man. And this will be a better place. This will be a better place, man. I love you guys. I don't care what you look like, what your age is, where you're from. But we do get a lot of love on this channel, man. We have so much support, man. So many amazing people from all over the world. I love you guys, man. And I hope you're smiling right now. A lot of you, and it's some of the same loyal family members that come back every single video. To whether they want, to y'all people that just want to have a good time, a good laugh, to hear the truth. You know, you guys show so much love, man. And I know I crack y'all up and I be saying all kind of crazy stuff. And, you know, but I'm just being real, man. And sadly, for what we, you know, people like me and what we stand on, you know, Most people don't want to hear the truth. They don't care for the truth, or they run away from the truth, man. I'm telling you, it's the truth, man. Let's check this out. Kamala's party is about to crash.
Democrats, beware. Your Kamala Mania party is about to get crashed. Right now, Vice President Harris is riding a wave of fawning media coverage and favorable polls as the press helps sugarcoat her radical and dangerously liberal track record. But Barack Obama's former advisor, David Axelrod, has some bad news for Democrats who think that this Harris honeymoon will last forever.
You know, there's a lot of irrational exuberance on the side of on the Democratic side of the aisle right now because there was despair for some period of time about what November was going to look like. Now people feel like there's a chance, but it is absolutely Trump's race to lose right now. He is ahead, and he is ahead in most of the battleground states. Everybody should be sober about that on the Democratic side.
And you can expect Kamala Mania to fade as more Americans realize what a disaster she is on the issues. Harris has been flip-flopping like crazy on her support of far-left policies like abolishing ICE, banning fracking, and eliminating private insurance. And it's leading Democrats to come up with some ridiculous excuses.
What do you think that voters should think when she's reversed herself on several issues just in the last 4 years?
I think that voters should think that she's a human being who learns new things every single day.
So no concern about flip-flopping?
No concern about flip-flopping.
Yeah, we did a whole video on this. Reversing, stepping back. Huh? But no. We caught you, right? You said you would, defund the police. You said all of this. Oh, but now you changed your mind? You're reversing policies? You're on your policies? Reverse on your policies, huh? Nah. We caught you. Live, on air, 4K. Seeing your true colors. Quite frankly, we've seen these last 4 years. I'm telling you, man, this honeymoon, it came from the media. There's nothing to clap about. Let's be honest, y'all. There's nothing to clap about, man. Had one job, couldn't do it. And look where we're at now. Telling y'all, man, they're gonna have to do some rigging. They're gonna have to rig that truck up, y'all. They're gonna have to super glue that truck. Man, they're gonna have to super glue them headlights in on that truck. You know, the light, you know how to. Man, I'm telling you, boy. We're gonna have to watch who's collecting and counting this year. I ain't lying. I'll just be real with you. Who is collecting, man? We gotta watch who's collecting and counting this year. Make sure no cheating goes on, because I'm telling you. Because there's just nothing to clap about, man.
Flopping. This is our country changes every single day. The conditions of our country changes every single day. The vice president has been consistent in her values, and there are lots of different ways to solve the challenges that are in front of us.
All right, Jesse, should we attribute Kamala's flip-flopping?
Hey, Greg not slick, though. Greg is not slick, bro. They are something else, man.
To A, political opportunism, B, her effort to become a Republican, or C, her just being a human being and learning about life?
D, all of the above. I had a little irrational exuberance last week when Greg was gone. Anybody but Greg was sitting in that chair, and it was fantastic. Same thing with Biden. It's anybody but Biden, and the Dems are excited. This Democrat machine, I am in awe of. They can take a woman who was probably less popular than Dick Cheney, and now she's the pantsuit messiah. This is someone they tried to rip off the ticket a year ago, and now she's a cultural phenomenon. I bet if I switched parties and registered as a Democrat, identified as African American, and tapped Harold Ford Jr. as vice president, and just said all the things I've been saying on the 5, I'm a human being, and I've listened and I've learned, I might probably do well against Trump in the battlegrounds. That's how powerful this machine is. I know Harold Ford Jr. likes to give people the benefit of the doubt, so let's just give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say she did listen and she learned because she's a human being. Well, she stopped listening and learning after she got into the White House because we've been telling her to close the border. We've been telling her to stop spending money. We've been telling her to stop putting boys in girls' locker rooms. She hasn't listened at all. She hasn't learned from any of that. And not only do you have to listen to be a leader, you have to lead. When has Kamala Harris led anything? Donald Trump led on tariffs, border, China, NATO. You can look at his website right now. He has a vision for what he wants to do. You go to Kamala Harris's website right now. She doesn't even have a policy proposal if she gets elected.
So, Harold, why is Kamala relying on surrogates to get her message out?
Oh, Harold.
Good to be around the table. Hope you had a good weekend. I'd say a couple of things. I like the pantsuit messiah thing. That was good.
Thank you.
I'd say a couple of things about what she's doing. And some of it I've said in the past, and I think it
Break it down, Harold. Break it down. Drop it like it's hot.
applies to both candidates. Laying out a vision for the future is how you win a presidential race, how you win big political races, gubernatorial races, if you're in one of the big states, for that matter, any state Senate races, but certainly when you're running for president. George Wallace was a Democrat, was a Alabama governor who was a segregationist. He campaigned in 1968 on basically codifying that I couldn't marry my wife because she's white. He said he didn't believe that blacks and whites should be able to get married. He believed that blacks had a certain place in society. Before he died, you know who hugged him? Jesse Jackson hugged him. Andy Young hugged him. He made a change. I think when people make changes, the question you're really getting at, Jesse, and I take you seriously when you talk about these things, she's got to prove that she's not just ambitious. She's got to prove that she's authentic. I think people can change. You got to give people space to change because that's the only way South Africa turned out the way it turned. And Mandela became president because people changed. I hope people in the Middle East can change. The jury is still out on a lot of those issues. But in our political system, people jump from being Democrat to Republican just as President Trump did. And I think many people believe he is more Republican than he is Democrat if he's not an altogether a Republican. But I don't dismiss your point lightly.
Yeah, but
Vice
George
President
Wallace
Harris
didn't change his opinion on everything when he was running for president the next time. It was like on his deathbed.
Thank God. No, it was before he died.
Yeah, right. So Kamala Harris is not on her deathbed.
Well, I'm a Christian. I give people an option. I wish he had changed sooner. Maybe he was changing sooner. And when he died, the question is, do you believe in those things? Did he believe in a greater America? Your bigger point is this. She in a debate is going to have to explain what accounts for these changes. J.D. Vance will have to answer in his debate what accounts for your changes. And if they're authentic, if they're believable, if they're credible, then American people will believe them.
But the question is, why is she relying on surrogates? Why isn't she doing it herself?
But I think she's been out there, and she will continue to be out there. Look, I think
she hasn't done a presser in 15 days.
She should. I agree with you. She should.
Okay.
I agree. Forgive me. You're absolutely right. She should.
Thank you. Okay, Katie. How is it that Trump's lead has pretty much been diminished, and how do Republicans come back from this mania?
Well, first, Kamala Harris, people do change. They change their positions, but she is using these surrogates and these anonymous sources for her campaign through the media, who is happy to accommodate, by the way, to say that the position has changed but not explain why it has changed. And these aren't just changes from, like a little tiny, minuscule operation or change. It's massive 180 changes that we're talking about here, from banning fracking, banning electric or oil-powered cars, really big swings. They're not just a little tinkering around the edges when it comes to these issues, and she's not explaining any of it herself. So that's one thing. The other thing, to your question about how Trump's lead has essentially not evaporated, but it's certainly gotten smaller. There's no doubt that Democrats have reset this race. That was their goal. They want to win. They want to beat Donald Trump. And President Donald Trump has to define Kamala Harris. He cannot allow her to define herself based on changes she's reporting anonymously through the press and that don't actually reflect her record. Now, a lot of their ads have been doing that, but he can't get distracted by attacking Republicans in Georgia, for example. He should only be talking about the economy, Kamala Harris, and her record, which she is not speaking for himself. That's something they have to. He was very disciplined leading up to the convention. He should go back to that place.
All right, Greg, welcome back.
Thank you.
Did things surprise you
All
when
right,
you
Greg.
got back? Anything in particular?
No, nothing really surprised me. Jesse's still here.
I'm surprised, too.
I know. It's amazing. I kept saying today's going to be the day he crosses the line. You know what? I think we're making a mistake when we're talking about changing opinions. You don't change when you change your clothes, you don't change your opinion. And for some people, it's no different than changing your clothes. Kamala Harris is an amorphous creature that conforms to whatever environment that best suits her. So in 1 minute she could say, I'm going to bail out protesters, and the next minute she could say she's a prosecutor. She didn't have beliefs to begin with. So the idea that we're sitting here talking about, well, she changed her belief here, she realized, no, those aren't even part of her life. It's just, that's why she's laughing all the time. Because she's like, none of this stuff matters. Look, remember what she said about Joe Biden? When she said that I was the little girl on the bus, and then people said, why did you say that? She goes, it's a debate. So none of these positions that she takes are actually meaningful. She has no beliefs. She doesn't need any beliefs. She is no different than Joe Biden, selected to be slotted into this machine and do exactly what they're supposed to do to maintain this status quo. That's all it is. It's amazing that a month ago, that debate exposed probably the biggest political scandal in modern history, right? They covered up a president's dementia. Then 3 weeks ago, we had probably the biggest security breach in decades, an attempted assassination. And yet, without doing a thing, Kamala is the story. She's done nothing. She said nothing, yet she is the story. That tells you that the machine is doing all of it. She's just a constant variable. It doesn't.
We're not against a candidate. We are against a machine. And boy, they rigging that machine up, boy. Boy, they is rigging and shaking that machine up. The machine shut off. They started hitting it and making until it cranked back up and cranked back on. Yeah. Old broke down machine too, man. Old broke down machine. And they keep adding new parts to it and, hitting it whenever it start glitching. Yeah. Boy.
Matter. She's having fun because she knows everything is taken care of, right? She's like a tourist in the back seat of a Vegas limo with a roadie Long Island iced tea heading to the casino to play with the house chips, right? But the Republicans, and this is the key point, they have to show up because the fact is, if you do not confront the Democratic Party with the dementia cover-up and who participated in it, which was her, she's going to get away with it. They were driving full speed into that story. And if the Republicans don't confront them and say she was behind this because she knew she would get the nomination. She knew she would get the nomination if this happened, if they covered it up. That's the story.
Good to have you back.
Well, thank you.
This is a Fox News alert. Fox News confirms several U.S. personnel have been injured.
Yeah, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. What do y'all think of that, man? Comment down below. Yeah. We are against the machine. Man, they add new parts to that machine. Y'all know this machine was old, broke down. One of them old, broke down machines too, man. And they trying to make the machine brand new. Man, oh man. But all I can do is keep it real with y'all, man. Hope y'all have an amazing rest of your night, rest of the week. More big news is coming, man. We're going to be here to cover it, call it for what it is. I love you guys, man. Wishing the best in all you guys' life, man, for real. I love when I say that because I actually mean it. Millions of people right now are also trying to figure this thing out. They're also struggling, they also have common sense. You know, that's what it's all gonna come down to, man. Common sense. But as you can see, common sense is far, far gone in this country, and we're in trouble, man. We are. Prayers for America, for real. But hey, I love y'all. Y'all spread the love. Hit that like button. Comment down below. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, man. It's been a long journey. A long, long journey, man. Again, I done received all kind of threats, hate, all kind of stuff, man, for calling out the truth, man, and being real, you know. And started thinking for myself, understanding what's really going on, you know, thinking for myself. Because I was brainwashed, y'all. I was one of those ones. I was a so-called never Trumper. You know, I was on the other side. And then I started thinking for myself. I started doing my research. You know. But hey, I love you guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace and love, family.